the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
What's up, y'all? It's Logan, and I'm here giving y'all this review to this newest Kodak Black album called Bill Israel. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say, obviously, if you can't tell by the quality of my recording, I still have not got my new setup yet. I will be going home next week for Thanksgiving, and then that's when I will take home my old TV. Like I said, I got a new TV. You can see the box in the background here. So that's taking up my old recording space. I will take home my new TV and set up my new recording space. That'll be ready after Thanksgiving. So any drops that drop on Black Friday, I can review those in my new setup. That's the plan anyways. So this week, next week, we'll deal with this. And then after that, we should have everything set up working where I can actually fit my microphone. Enough about that, though. Let's go ahead and dig into this album review. So this came out last Wednesday, the 11th. Just under a week ago, kind of as a surprise album. I was just scrolling through Twitter and all of a sudden I saw, new Kodak Black album, because it's a Wednesday night. Who drops on a Wednesday night? People in jail, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I was not expecting this, and now just a little background on my opinion of Kodak. I don't like his music. I don't know much about him as a person. I'm not gonna get into that. That's none of my business anyways. It doesn't really matter because I'm only here to review the music, not the artist. That's what I've said about guys like Tory Lanez, and I don't think Kodak is anywhere near as polarizing as him. I'm just not that big of a fan of his music. Some songs are okay. Like I like ZZ off the last album, but I did not like that album at all. Don't even remember the name of it if I'm totally honest with you, because I listened to it. That was back when I was just starting my channel. I don't even think I had a video out for it because I was having some technical difficulties with my old laptop, but I was going to give it a 2 out of 10. I do remember that. I hated it. Overall, I just find his style and sound annoying. His voice, he's got that Broward County voice. It just doesn't work for me. I don't use the term loosely, but if anyone is mumble rap, I think Kodak fits that very well. Again, I don't use that term loosely because people call it anything trap mumble rap, and I enjoy a lot of it. I enjoy a lot of it, but Kodak has just never been someone that I really like. Again, some of his stuff is fun, but overall, he's pretty miss for me. He's not even hit or miss. He's just miss a lot of the time. But I go in with an open mind. He's a big name, so I always expect maybe one day I'll see what people see in him. I'm not going to say that this album did that for me, but it did bring around a lot of stuff. He did different stuff on here. It didn't bring me around to the stuff that he had been doing. He just did a couple different things. So first off, this one clocks in at 11 tracks and 34 minutes, so it is a super easy listen. It's not like I'm sitting here listening to an hour of music that I don't like, because if this was an hour, I probably would have hated it. But being just over 30 minutes, it probably could have been shortened down to like 20 minutes, and I would have loved it. Maybe not loved it, but really liked it. But being 34 minutes, that's not that bad. And it has plenty of pros. This so far, out of everything I've listened to, and I have not listened to his entire discography just because I don't like him that much, this is my favorite project by him. It was genuinely pretty fun. The pros of this one, it's, again, short, pretty easy to listen to. There's a lot of tracks on here where his sound is very much understated and much easier to listen to. Like, he just goes in a little bit more calm where he's not doing that, like grating, like how Young Thug has that really grating, high-pitched voice that's fun. Kodak Black has the same thing, but sounds awful doing it, in my opinion. Some people enjoy that, I'm sure. I don't. He doesn't do that as much on this album. He still does it, and it's still annoying. Where I'm not gonna try to imitate it because I'm just gonna embarrass myself. But y'all know what I'm talking about if you've listened to Kodak. No, he goes in a lot more calm where he actually sounds like a normal rapper on this one in some instances, which I will give examples for. He also has some decent bars and ideas, such as on the track Remember the Times, which is, again, another song where he just goes with a little bit more calm of a sound, where he just sounds kind of normal, and I enjoy that. The cons, on the other side, he still does not sound great on every track. He still does his natural sound that I have never enjoyed on a couple of tracks. There are some dumb bars and some straight up lazy moments on here for sure. Not really gonna go out of my way to point those out to you, but they're there. as you would expect from a Kodak album. It's not like he's a top tier lyricist or anything like that. And then there's some tracks that just straight up could have been skipped altogether. Going back to my last point, I guess I will give one example. Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. That one just had some dumb moments on it, and it just didn't need to be there. And then, of course, there's some tracks specifically in the middle of this track list that could have stood out more, but didn't. Such as The Fire or I Knew It. You know, they were tracks that were like not completely skips, but should have stood out more, to the point where it's like, okay, you probably could skip them. But I think they were salvageable tracks, you know? Not straight up where it's like, okay, you should have scrapped it, like Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, in my opinion. But I'm going to get into the standouts. I've already mentioned Remember the Times. It's a very solid intro where he talks about things from the past and in his life, or that influenced him, talking about people who have died that were influential to him, his life, his artistry. That's some of the best writing I've heard from him, and some really solid flow, good sound. I really enjoyed this track, and I have come back to this one quite a few times. Surprising to me, 2020 has thrown so many curveballs, including giving me a track that I go back to by Kodak Black. I'm really impressed by that, and I love this track. I really do. It's a good track. After that, we have Spain featuring Tory Lanez and Jackboy. I know Tory is canceled, but man, he's had a good 2020 musically. Him and Kodak sound pretty good together. Tory comes out with this very aggressive sound that he has come with this year, both on, the New Toronto 3, and then on his most previous album, the name of which is escaping me right now, actually, and that's going to bother me until I figure it out. But he has been very aggressive. Daystar, had to look it up, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, he has been very aggressive this year, which makes sense considering the stuff he's been going through. Good verse. Jackboy I could have skipped on here. I didn't need him on here, but regardless. Yeah. Kodak doesn't stand out on this track per se, but he sounds good with Tory, and Tory comes out very aggressive. I mean, he's been, like I said, he's been very aggressive this year, and not just with Megan. So take that as you will. Last track I really want to highlight is Make a Hit featuring Lil Yachty. I saw Lil Yachty on this track list. I was like, all right, that's going to be one of my least favorite tracks. Loved it. Loved the track. Maybe not loved it. Love is a strong word, but I really enjoyed it. It's actually a really fun and kind of chill track where both of them kind of tone back their sound. You know, Yachty doesn't try to do much with his crooning and auto-tune. He kind of goes with a more understated, less produced sound that I really enjoyed. And then Kodak, again, kind of going with his more relaxed, calm sound as well. So I did enjoy that. I enjoyed that track. I thought it was a really chill, easy to vibe with one. So overall, concluding this review, not a lot stands out per se, but the tracks that do stand out are really fun. I don't hate it at all, but I don't love it. You know, by Kodak standards, though, this is really good and showing some growth. I know a lot of these were probably just leftovers or tracks that he recorded. Well, yeah, leftovers. Basically leftovers. I'm not going to break it down any further than that. But if he can take what he did with these leftovers and make it even better on his next album, you know, whenever he's free to do that, then by all means, let's do it. I'm going to go with a solid 6.5 out of 10 on this one. I'm not going to leave a little picture of it for y'all. I just don't see the point in that. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. Make sure to hit the like button, comment, sub, leave me your thoughts on this one. Hit the bell next to my name for notifications, and I'll hit y'all up next time.